Good everyone, organised video. Today we have a Remembering the Past episode on the Ju-87 B-2. This is one of my first, if not the first, as far as I've been able to remember, my first troll plane. Now, we've all got to have our troll planes. We've got to have something that sticks out like a sore thumb and you wouldn't expect to use it as a fighter. And this was my first. And I know this seems a bit unorthodox to include in this, but you'll be surprised at some of the games I got back in the day before CW came around and ruined this thing's fun. Now, of course, the Ju-87B2 is well known as a dive bomber, and it's the first of the Stukas you can get access to. And to be brutally honest, I'm just glad I get to include this thing in the series because it's one of those planes that I just don't forget about. I've always wanted to drag this thing out more, but due to CW spam, this thing just gets its arse completely handed to it by the CW. But if there's no CWs running around, you can still get away with a bit of fun. So what I used to do with this plane is, as you can tell, I've got the 250kg bomb on board because yes, I'm that much of a cheapskate. I'd then drop the bomb, obviously without hitting any friendly ground forces or bases, and then I'd go fighter mode. And you'll be surprised, I've gotten 7 kill runs in this thing before. It's so fun. It used to be so fun, but obviously nowadays I can't really drag it out because, well, power creep and CW. But I'm hoping we can at least avoid those CWs for today. You never know, we might get a German-Russia-China matchup. And it's just nice to bring it back, you know? This is a plane that I don't think I've ever featured on the channel before. I don't think I have. And if I have, it's been a long time ago, so I probably forgot about it. But I'm sure many of you will love the reason why the German C202 is in this. You'll also see the 202 in the Rare Vehicles series eventually. But yeah, let's put it this way. You're going to love why the 202 means a lot to me, and well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So, let's get going. So like I said, this is my very first troll plane, and one of my first few runs in it was, well, one of my first objectives in this plane was to grind out all the skins, and I did that easily because it's a Grand Panda, and I love Grand Pandas. And as you can tell, I've got one of the, I believe this is the JG2 skin? I can't remember which skin it is. I honestly cannot remember. But it's just such a nice looking skin, and obviously I put the veteran decal on it because why the hell not? And it just feels nice to fly this thing again. But anyway, I'll see you all in the first match. And welcome to match one. We have Essen. This is the map where I first got my first 7 run. STG-77. I know I couldn't remember the name of the camouflage. It was completely slipping my mind. I probably triggered a couple of Germans there in the audience, but when you haven't had your caffeine, you don't tend to think that much. So, yeah. But I'm sort of glad we can include a couple of German planes. Um I would include the I don't know. Oh, sorry, my sound has gone to my speakers and not my headset. There we go. Okay, are we clear to drop? Yes, we are. And away it goes. Because we don't need it. The only time I load up bombs is if I jet out on a runway and put the 250 on as well as the 450s under the wings. That's the only time I load this thing fully up. But otherwise, I troll in this thing. It was nice to fly it again, you know, it's... The last time I fully trolled in this thing would have been around... 2017? 2018? That gives you a pure solid idea of just how... Oh no. That's a Sully. And we know what Sully can do. Fair enough, I might get lucky with an engine fire. Oh, that name isn't exactly appropriate to say right now. I'm not saying that name because now that I've got monetization, I can get demonetized for that. So yeah. We're just going to ignore that name And don't put it in the comments either, because YouTube auto deletes them, but... Oh dear. I'm just going to ignore him, I'm going to ignore the Sully. I'm going to go for the PBY here. Commander 0316, this guy here has called it out, but... You don't call out kills. That's not how the game works. If he'd set it afire, or put it in a flat spin, I'd be leaving it, but nope. I'm gonna remember the lead on these guns. I have not fired German 792 in ages. Alright, now to do an old trick I used to do. Ow! Thanks for that. This is an old trick I used to do. Get under the nose of the Catalina. And try and set both engines on fire. Unfortunately, my aim's not that good with the MG15 in the back anymore. Enemy gunner is unconscious. He should be dead after one anyway. If not, I'll leave it. So now we're going to go for Mr. Egging Peanut. He sounds like the kind of guy who'd egg his principal's ass. If you ever want to know Joe's funniest incident with a teacher, they had fires out. Oh yeah, Jericho trumpets. Now I remember why I switched to the R2 after a while. Anyway, so as I was saying, if you want to know about one of the funniest moments I ever had with a teacher, it was a supply teacher I had, and I can't remember his name, but he had a massive mustache. And basically what happened was, he was a supply teacher for like a week. That's how long he lasted. And I obviously spotted the massive mustache, and I thought, this is a perfect opportunity. And I went up to him and asked him, Sir, I mustache, as in saying it like that, you a question. I thought nothing of it at the time. Oh god, I'm locking up here, hang on. Shut up! Bloody Jericho trumpets. As I was saying, I can get shot down here, hang on. And we've lost the airfield, so this is going to be short. And the Catalina's coming back for revenge. So, I said to him, I must ask you a question. And he says, right, well, you can stay behind with me for 15 minutes, or for a few minutes after the session's over, because it was final session of the day anyway. So what he did was, he went to go and grab a coffee, part way through, like 2 minutes in. I did show up, because I wanted to see if he was being legit about it or not, and he was. And yeah, the second he walked out the door, went to the cafe, I sneaked out and just went straight there. Can you stop with the noob wobble, please? Jesus Christ. Right, you're pissing me off now. I can fly slower than you, dumbass. There we go. This is a dive bomber. Well, that match was ever quick, wasn't it? Unusually quick. How fast was that match? Wow, that was a 6-minute game. Jesus. Well, I don't think it's fair to give the old trolling bird just one run and have it ended by F22222s. So, let's go for another one. I'll see you all in match 2. And welcome to match 2. We have another infamous map where I used to troll, Bustone. Oh, do you remember the days of getting career at low tier? I remember getting that once in this troll bird. It took a long time to get anywhere. I also hope you all enjoyed, and I just realised I'm running the wrong convergence for this bird. I hope you all enjoyed that little story about when I got a slight detention for saying I must ask you a question. To be fair though, if Harry Feet was my teacher, I'm pretty certain I'd get an hour just for making that sort of joke. Harry does not like dad jokes, trust me. Ah, oh well. But you know when you just fly a plane that you've had such a close bond with? I think we cleared a drop. Yes, we are. Let's drop. There we go. When you fly a plane you've had such a close bond with, you don't tend to really, like, you don't tend to talk about the plane much. You just remember the old days, and, well, I can tell you about the old days of this thing. I remember once when I had to dogfight two Hurricanes at once in this thing. They both stalled, trying, because I had to, yes, I had to boom and zoom them, because you can't outturn Hurricanes in this thing. Ended up boom and zooming both of them, getting a accusation off both of them, and yeah, that was a few years back though. That would have been around 2018 when that happened. Well, the random kid plus, yeah, I think you can guess. Again, knowing YouTube, I'm not saying that. So, yeah, take with that what you will. Looks like he's the only bomber though, and I know for a fact he can't take out the entire airfield. Nope, I think we've got two more. Okay. They've just rendered in now because Gaijin's rendering is really shit. Yeah, there's two of those I'm not going near. Would anyone like to guess which two? I would go near that because it's got no gunners. I would go near the Hampton, but I'm not going near a Havoc or a Sunderland. At least the Havoc and the freaking Hampton are diving down. Cool, blah, because I'm not going near a Havoc. Like, come on. You gotta be stupid to go near a Havoc. There we go. Shut up. There we go. At least the Havoc's ignoring me for now. Looks like quite a small match. I mean, kind of everyone's just getting their legs in order and all that. Let's drop the old air brakes and let's go take a peek downstairs. I've got eyes on one. That looks like a Hurricane. P-26. Oh, for God's sake. If that noise triggers you, I can only apologise. The only way I can turn it off is if I have no sound at all, so... Shut up! God, since they changed the siren sound, it's just so unbearable. You're still screaming, Jesus! Shut up! Right, keep it below 215 mph. That's practically impossible, but... oh well. Alright, well, we'll have to go for these pea shooters anyway. We've got two behind us, but they've just taken off. Havoc's still running around. I'm gonna swing back around for the other one. Well, one of them just crashed. Okay, that makes my job a little easier. And are you trying to do what I think you're doing? No, you don't have any bombs, so what are you trying to do there, mate? Oh, please don't tell me you're gonna strafe that base. Oh, no. Shut up. I'll cut the bloody throttle so I don't get that bloody noise now. I'm sorry, mate. You're flying a piece of shit. I had to be careful with my shooting then. I was also multitasking and watching the BF-109. Oh my god. And I've just been harried from the AA, which is 3 miles away. So now it's just bombers, so now we can do the party piece of the Stuka. But if I don't have any bombs, because I don't use the bombs. Oh my god. I'm putting the air brake down just so this thing shuts up a bit. do a pass with a gunner, but... Okay, no I can't. Yeah, whatever. We need to head back anyway. Grab ourselves some bigger bombs. The only problem with the Stuka, once you get hit in the coolant, you pretty much are guaranteed to have to return to base, because it's just not... The water on these early planes is not very reliable. And the moron in the 109B decided to kamikaze the base. Well done. That really helps. Don't you dare, Havoc. You leave me alone. There we go. Oh, he's just being a bully. He's picking on the Dodia. Oh, he's getting swarmed. I don't know if we're going to make it back to base. I'm going to have to do flight's trick. 5 to 6 degrees. Oh no. She's coming. Oh. I'm breaking off. Looks like the right engine's dead and the left one's not far behind. Good lord. I got a kill assist, I don't care. Yeah, I don't think we're going to make it back. Because this engine is boiling. Well, that just leaves the Sunderland from earlier and the... Is it the F-2222? Or did he get shot down? No, it's... The F-2222 is still alive. But can we make it? We've got, what, 5 or so miles? 4 or 5 or so? I don't think we're going to make it. Because that water temperature is much higher than what it should be. And the oil's not looking too healthy either. But I'm going to try and limp this old Titan back to base, but I don't think we'll make it. Well, that just leaves them, and even then we've got 3 kills, so... Yep, the engine's starting to die. Right, well we're going to have to try an old trick to get this thing back. So let's get a bit of speed up using web. I know that increases the temperatures on the engine, but it's already overheated anyway. In fact, if we just keep flying straight, we should be able to glide in. But to be fair, this match is pretty much going to be over anyway. This team's got it in the bag. Yeah, I think we'll just leave it here. This team's done well enough. And you don't have to listen to those bloody Jericho sirens, because I'm keeping it below 200 miles an hour. And there goes the 112, that's okay. Another base has been destroyed. We've got plenty of teammates, so I think they can handle it from here. Right. Bring that back in, because we're getting below stall speed. And there we go. Nice and easy. And yeah, we just got back as the engine went black, so that's something. Right, well, I'll see you all back in the hangar, and we'll conclude from here. See you in a minute. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed those flyouts in the Ju-87 B-2. Feels nice to drag it out, you know, and I think she's still got her touch, especially when you don't have to deal with CWs, so that's at least something. But when you do meet a CW, just don't bother. Just genuinely don't bother. And also that applies to Hudsons, Havocs, and Sunderlands. Those are ones you do not want to go near. But I hope you enjoyed today's episode and the Remembering the Past series. The next one will be the German 202. And I bet you're probably wondering, why does this bird mean a lot to me? You'll find out in that episode. But anyway, I'm going to let you guys off. I hope you enjoyed today's episode on the Ju-87, I nearly said G2 then, B2, and I'll catch you all on the next one.